up, horror fans? Welcome to the Death Twitch Horror Review. I'm Eric Harrison. Today we're not going to be reviewing a movie. Instead, I was tagged by a fellow horror lover to do this questionnaire type thing about horror, of course. Her name is Lindsay Dawn. She runs a channel called Listen to Lindsay, where she does like fashion and makeup. However, because of her passionate love for the horror genre, she just started her own horror channel called The Horror Whore.
Hi everyone.
Fucking love it. Love the name.
And I am a horror whore.
Just own it. Way to go, Lindsay. So go check her out, because she will be doing more videos and reviews and stuff, right? Right? Yeah, better. Anyway, she tagged me up, so now we're going to answer some questions. Actually I've answered probably more than half of these questions on past Q&As before, but because I think some of you weren't paying attention, we're going to do it again. My eyes are up here, by the way. Pay attention this time. Anyway, let's jump into this shit, because I might have a limited amount of time. Let's try not to make this a real long video. Number freaking 1, the first horror movie that I remember seeing. Now, this one is where I'm going to stumble right on the first fucking question. I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces of movies from a very young age, but, can I remember, actually sitting down and watching a whole horror movie? I've seen so fucking many, it's hard to remember. And keep this in mind, that I'm older than a lot of my fellow horror YouTubers out there. I think I'm one of the oldest out of our little gang of people. So I have to remember even further back, and the memory gets a little fuzzy. But I'll tell you this much. This is what I was told. That my family went to go see Halloween 2 when it came out in 1981 at the theater, and I'm told that I was brought along. And I do have some hazy memories of Michael Myers walking down hospital hallways, but it almost was unreal and seems like it was a dream. Obviously it was real, but I don't remember the whole movie. I just remember these weird scenes of a scary guy walking down a hallway. I don't know if I can count that because I don't remember. And the next thing that I don't quite recall, but I do have a very specific memory. I must have been young, 3 or 4, watching the opening scenes to Friday the 13th Part 2, where the little kid's walking down the road. He's going, "Itsy bitsy spider, blah, 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 blah." Anyway, and then Jason appears. I really vividly remember that. Little, probably 4-year-old Eric standing in front of the TV, looking at oh shit, is he gonna kill this kid? But I don't remember anything else. So I guess I'm dropping the ball right on the first fucking question. I don't remember what the first horror movie I ever saw was. I've seen too many. So with that question unanswered, let's go to number 2. My favorite horror movie. Everybody say it together now. John Carpenter's Halloween. I've seen it so many times. I'm almost sick of the movie. It'll forever probably be my heart's #1 favorite movie. I just think, for my sensibilities, the kind of thing that I'm into, suspense over gore, or suspense and tension over kills, I think John nailed it fucking perfectly with that movie. I get pulled right in. I love everything about it. I love the protagonists. I love the antagonists. I love the set on Halloween because it's my favorite holiday. I love the way it was shot. The cinematography is fucking great. Yeah, everything about it. John Carpenter's Halloween probably forever will be my favorite movie. Number 3, favorite horror genre. Slashers are my favorite, and particularly when I know it's a human being slasher. I like Michael Myers. I like that he's the boogeyman, but he was a sort of a representation of an archetype. But in the movie, in the original Halloween, his mask got ripped off, and for a fucking few seconds, you were reminded that he's just a dude. He's just a guy. He just put on a mask, made him look scarier, and maybe more than he really was. He became the boogeyman once he put the mask on. So I think that's that's scarier than a lot of other genres, and even other slashers where it's supernatural kind of slasher guy. I'm more scared by a real person. And to be even more specific, when you're not given a lot of backstory, or you don't know why the guy is fucking doing it. There's a lot of revenge movies out there. A lot of slashers are revenge. Somebody fucked with him, like The Burning. Somebody, burned him up, and then he went and got revenge. Same with Friday the 13th and stuff like that. But I prefer you watching a slasher movie and you don't really fucking get told who this guy is, what the fuck he's doing. He's just like, hey, I chose you to die today, and that you don't know why or anything. That's scary to me. Number fucking 4, yo. The genre that scares you the most. This might sound kind of weird, but like the rape revenge movies, and those movies bother me because, and then this is a debate again. I've talked about this a little bit in the past. Why do I feel okay with watching people get stabbed up, but I'm so uncomfortable watching fucking rape scenes and stuff, and especially a movie that's just centered all around some girl getting assaulted and violated. Good for her for getting revenge, but still, I'm absolutely uncomfortable with that. I'm afraid for the girl. It scares me. I'm not a female, but like this bothers me. I don't like the rape movies. Kind of along the same lines, snuff films, like actual snuff films, and then like movies about snuff films. That's disturbing to me. That shit scares me because that's real. I think that's what disturbs me about those kind of genres, the rape and the snuff films, is that stuff happens and it's disturbing. Number 5, the last movie that scared me, I want to say, and you can all laugh at me, Paranormal Activity 2 gave me the heebie-jeebies. I really never thought I'd use that term. It did. It gave me the creeps, but it didn't. I wouldn't say it necessarily scared me. The movie that I recall the last time kept me up all night out of fucking fear was The Ring, the American remake with Naomi Watts. Again, laugh at me all you want. That movie, it kept me up all night. I watched it in a packed theater. It was a fucking fun time. I got home, crawl in bed, turn the lights out, and like all of a sudden I'm like, oh god, that little fucking twitchy girl, she's gonna come after me. It kept me up all night. The second one, pretty lame. That first American remake of The Ring, I feel holds up, and it was by a really good director, Gore Verbinski, so that makes sense. Number 6, we're just flying through this list. Ultimate Scream Queen, to me, would be Linnea Quigley because of her body of work. See what I did there? Yeah. She's just been in every goddamn thing. God, you gotta give it up to somebody that's like, she just made up her mind. This is gonna be my genre, and I'm gonna try and be in every fucking horror movie ever made. Congratulations, you almost did it. She's in a lot of shit, and a lot of my favorites. I love that she has no problem just getting naked or making fun of the franchise or the genre, making fun of herself, being silly, or even, trying to take it serious. I love Linnea Quigley. She even did a fucking workout video, so gotta love her. I think she's my top Scream Queen, and just check out that ass. I mean, come on. That's not the only reason. I'm just saying. That's a plus. Okay. Number 7. What's a concept that I would like to see done in the horror genre? How about an original idea instead of a remake? I kid. I know there's still original ideas coming out there. How about, you know what I really want to see? I want to see an all-midget cast version of a Friday the 13th movie with a little Jason running around chasing little people. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I know I'm being silly. Tell me you wouldn't watch that shit. Let's see. No, I think it's something I kind of want to see, and something I've really been thinking about just writing myself. In fact, I've sort of started some ideas. I've gotten the ball rolling a little bit. I'm very slow on that kind of thing. Busy doing reviews, too busy making reviews to actually make my own scripts and movies, but what I always get around to shit eventually is I want to see something more from the killer's perspective. And what I mean by that is, say like you got a movie like Halloween, right? Michael kills some people, knocks them off one by one. Nobody kind of really knows that each one is dying. And then he goes and sets bodies up, and he sets props up like the fucking tombstone. I want to see all that happening. I want to see the killer take the person out and then like, oh, I got to drag the body over here now and stuff it up in this cabinet where it's going to fall out later, and now there's this blood everywhere, and because I don't want anybody to know just yet that person's dead, now I got to fucking get a sponge, clean up all this blood. I want to see like the behind the scenes of the slasher, what he has to go through to pull all this off. That's something I'm interested in. Okay, number 8, favorite on-screen kill, and there's so many goddamn to choose from. I want to say, I think there's too many to fucking pick, but I'm going to go with one that caught me most by surprise, which is, I believe it's from Final Destination 2. I think it's 2, the airbag scene. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I almost don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but I was asked, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of somebody got into a car accident, almost got killed, and then they were fine. The fire crew came to get her out of the wreckage, and they triggered the airbag, which wound up kind of ending her life. But I like that scene because I didn't see it coming. I didn't. And so it just blew my hair back. I was like, holy shit, that was badass. I love that they set it up like that. So airbag scene from, I think, Final Destination 2. That would be my favorite on-screen kill. But there's so many fucking more. Anyway, number 9. Favorite horror franchise? I would go with Friday the 13th. It's just exactly what I want. It's got fun. The kids have fun, so then I have fun watching the teens party it up, unknowing about the danger that's lurking around the corner. Then we get the fucking kills. Great special effects, even though they get cut out half the time. Still pretty cool to see when you get to see them. That's the cherry on top. But we got cool villains. Even Pamela Voorhees was awesome in the first one, and then we get a replacement, even badder, Jason Voorhees. Friday the 13th, I think they did a pretty good job up until 8. I would, even though I talked some shit about like number 5, it's okay. 7 is a little weak, but I'd say 1 through 7, they mostly got it right, especially the first 4. After that, it got stupid, but at least they got that many right. Friday the 13th is just a fun time. Now, Halloween is great, but the plot and the storyline throughout the whole series is just a fucking crazy disaster. And Nightmare on Elm Street stands on its own. That's its own thing. It's great too, but I'm going to go with Friday. And then the last question was going to be, who's your favorite horror director? I think that's the last question because that's the only one I didn't write down. I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah, I think it's a tie between John Carpenter and Wes Craven. It's too hard for me. I think I'm gonna go lean towards John Carpenter because not only does he do the directing, a lot of the time he composes the music and he writes these things. Triple threat going on there. He's really good. So much talent just in one person. Got to give it up to John Carpenter. But man, Wes Craven is a close second. He's a genius, but he's a genius that I don't know if this is correct. Wes, if you ever watch this, let me know. I get the sense that he doesn't give a fuck about which movie he puts out. I don't feel like he's like, I gotta have a hit. I gotta make a hit. People gotta like this. I feel like Wes Craven's like, yeah, now I'm gonna do a movie about a wishmaster. That's what I want to do, so I'm going to fucking do that. Oh, now it's going to be Shocker. I don't care if anybody likes it. I do it because I want to do it. And then he does badass movies like Scream, Hills Have Eyes, Nightmare on Elm Street. The guy, he can hit it out of the park when he wants to, but it seems like he just doesn't care if he does or not. He's like, I want to make this movie about whatever interests me at the moment, and who cares if it's a hit or if anybody likes it. I kind of respect that. All right, so let's cut this now. Don't want it to run on too long, but thanks, Lindsay, for tagging me and getting me involved in this. And now I guess it's my turn. I got to tag some people. I guess that's how this works. I'm going to tag the horror movie review guy, answer these questions, Brian Gatto, and Lakin Carlson. So those are my 3 tags. You peeps, I expect to see some videos out there answering these questions. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. It will likely either be a Drunken Terry or a review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support everybody gives, the Death Twitch. I'm out. Gonna go finish this. Peace!